Daniel chapter 3 is a fascinating book, and it's a book that is also in parallel with Revelation chapter 13 and Matthew chapter 24. There are powerful lessons that we need to learn from there. But before we dive into this prophecy that is found in Daniel chapter 3 and Revelation chapter 13, let's just get a reminder from the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. The Bible says, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there's no new thing under the sun." So there's nothing new under the sun. Whatever we are seeing in our day, in our time, those things were also there before us. So there's nothing under the sun. It's just a repetition. History is just repeating itself. So that is what Ecclesiastes has to remind us. Then we need to now go and see what Revelation chapter 3 has for us in summary. So in Revelation chapter 3, we are introduced to a powerful nation in those days. It was the superpower in those days, the nation of Babylon. It was the superpower. It was the one ruling and leading the whole world at that time. And the king who was there was King Nebuchadnezzar. And King Nebuchadnezzar was a king who also had some influence and some interest in spiritual matters, in the issues that is to do with worship. He also wanted to control the conscience of people. That's point number one that we see there. And also, in contrast, in Revelation chapter 13, we are going to see and we're going to be introduced to a certain power that is represented by a beast. And this power, we are going to see that it also has interest in issues that is to do with conscience of people, religious matters. And we are going to see that at some point this same power is going to try and control the conscience of people and force people to worship in a certain way. Then point number 2, this ancient Babylonian system is not in line with the worship of Jehovah. It's against the worship of the true God, the true creator of the heavens and the earth. That's point number 2 there. And we are also going to see that in Revelation chapter 13, we are going to see that we are introduced to the Antichrist system, the Babylon of the end times, the spiritual Babylon. So we are going to see history repeating itself there. We've got this typical Babylon, the real Babylon, the literal Babylon. And then we are going to see the spiritual Babylon in the times of the end. And both of these Babylons are against the worship of the true God Jehovah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Then point number 3 there, we are going to see that the whole world was affected by the decree that Nebuchadnezzar the king enforced. Because the Bible tells us clearly there that all the people in the different ranks were brought in to come to the dedication of this golden image. And then in the time of the end, again in Revelation chapter 13, we are going to see that the Bible tells us clearly that the rich and the poor, and the bond and the free, all have to accept the mark of the beast and pay homage to the beast power and worship the beast. So no one is let alone. Everyone will be involved. Point number 5. Most people had to pay homage and worship the golden image that King Nebuchadnezzar had raised on the plain of Dura. The greater number, the bigger portion of the people that were alive during that time, they agreed to bow down to that golden image. And then in Revelation 13, we see that the whole world also shall worship the beast. most of the people, the greater fraction of the people that shall be living on the world, on this world, in these end times, shall worship the beast and fall down and bow down and pay homage to the beast and receive the mark of the beast on their hands and on their foreheads. Point number 6, we will see there that during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel chapter 3, 3 men defied the decree of the king. They refused to bow down to the golden image. They refused. They chose only to honor the Creator, the sovereign of the world, the King of kings and Lords of kings, and Him alone they vowed to worship, never to worship any other being or any other image or any other thing or deity. And then in the time of the end also, we are going to see that only a faithful few people shall stand for that which is right, even though it means death, even though if it means losing all their property, all their investments, they shall be ready to say, let it be, as long as we do not worship any other deity. We only worship the true God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, as Revelation tells us that we should only worship the one who created. 3 angels' message tells us that. Point number 7, we are going to see in Daniel chapter 3 that many shall end up betraying one another. You will see there that there are certain people who went to report to the king and to the authorities that there are certain men who chose not to obey your command, O king, who defied your laws, who are not ready to pay homage to you and to obey your commandments and to obey your decrees. So these people, they go to make such reports so that they can put the lives of the faithful people of God under jeopardy. So you see that the book of Matthew chapter 24, in contrast to this, tells us that many shall be offended, iniquity shall abound, and many shall be offended, and many shall betray one another. Even the pen of inspiration also tells us the same thing in the book Great Controversy, page 608. Even our very brethren that we are worshipping with shall betray us, because they've fallen away by that time. And then point number 8, we see there that Satan will seek to destroy the faithful people of God because they've defied his commandments. Because when you are told to worship any other deity or any other image, you are indirectly worshiping Satan, because there are only 2 deities that are there. Only 2 deities that are there. It's God, the Creator, and Satan. So if you are not worshiping the true God, you are worshiping Satan, and Satan can be worshipped in different forms and in different ways. So in the end, you will be enraged and you will seek to destroy the people of God who remain faithful. So dissenters will be punished even in the last days. Those who shall refuse to worship the beast shall be punished. And in the end, finally, point number 9, we'll see God's people shall be delivered. As they were delivered in Daniel chapter 3, the 3 Hebrew boys, Mishael, Hananiah, and Azariah, were delivered in the fiery furnace. The people of God also in the last days shall be delivered, and they shall stand on Mount Zion together with the Lamb, victorious. And these people are the called, the chosen, and the faithful, as Revelation chapter 17 verse 14 tells us. My prayer is that you and me, beloved, we be found among those who shall be victorious in the end. God bless you. God be with you. God give you victory.